for logging on to the Voice Sports Network for this broadcast of high school sports. We encourage you to go to the games and support your area teams. We know you have a choice, and thank you for choosing us. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of the sponsors you hear throughout the game. We encourage you to visit their businesses and use their service as often as possible. Be sure to tell them thanks for their support. Now, sit back and enjoy the game, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Good evening, basketball fans. Welcome to Blackhawk Christian High School, home of the Blackhawk Christian Braves, 9-1 on the season, number 1 in Class 1A. Blackhawk Christian tonight welcomes in the Concordia Lutheran Cadets. Cadets come in at 7-2 on the season, coming off a big win against Bishop Lures last night, 77-67. Along with Paul Suvar, I'm Brian Greenwald. Welcome to the broadcast. Tonight, Paul, looks like a contrast of styles, on paper anyway.
Oh, it should be an interesting matchup here for the Braves tonight as they try and press the issue all night long, and the Cadets trying to pull back on those reins.
We're going to go downstairs right now to the pregame announcements and get the starting lineups for you, and then we'll be back with you with first half action. right, there you have it, folks. Starting lineups for tonight for Concordia. They start with Dance, Gottschalk, Pearson, Barkovic, and Anderson Drew. Blackhawk Christian with your traditional lineup. Caleb First there in the middle with Frankie Davidson, Marcus Davidson, Zane Burke, and Michael Pulver. For us, good to see Caleb First back in the lineup after his injury.
Yes, sir.
Michael Pulver had an injury of his own while we were on the road trip.
Yeah.
And good to see him back in the lineup there as well. They've both been back for a few games. Frankie Davidson off with the 3. Rebound, nice under there by Pulver. Pulver on the right-hand side. Concordia is sinking in off of him, just pressing him to shoot the ball. Outside now, Frankie Davidson. Guarding Frankie closely. They don't want him shooting the ball.
No, they do not.
Michael Pulver. Pulver's going to drive, gets that layup, and good.
Boy, so important that Michael Pulver is aggressive with the ball right now. If you notice the defense that the Cadets are trying to roll out, they are pulling everything to the center to try and cut off that entry pass to Caleb First.
Outside, Davidson close with the defense, but they're going to call him for the reach-in foul there against Dance. Frankie's first. Frankie's got to be careful with the foul trouble. Had a little bit of foul trouble in one of the games on the road trip there while we were off, but obviously still pulling off some big games for Frankie. Really trying to take charge, assert himself early on in these games. Concordia with the ball outside. That's Gottschalk out there guarded by Burke. Nice spin move in the lane. Gottschalk up for 2.
Wow, tough. Contested shot right there. Good body control by Gottschalk to get that off even.
Pulver right side to Burke. Burke looking into First.
Immediate
They're coming
double.
with a triple team,
Yes.
but still goes up for 2.
That's a great point. An immediate double team and then a third body coming over there. But obviously with the length that Caleb First has, that size advantage is going to be there all night long for him.
Concordia Lutheran with the ball down 4-2 early on here. Michael Pulver guarding outside there. Dance has it. Gets it over to Barkoviak. Outside, here's Dance with it again. Dance runs the point most of the time for Concordia. Gottschalk likes to shoot the 3 for Concordia, their leading 3-point scorer on the season. Pearson gets it to Anderson Drew as a long 3-pointer. Good.
Barkoviak.
Nice shot there by Barkoviak. His first 3 of the game. Concordia takes the early 5-4 lead. Pulver gets it. Marcus Davidson open left side 3. Hard, no good. Caleb First with the rebound. Pulver, Zane Burke, top 3.
Nice shot.
Rattles it in.
Boy, good corral there on the offensive glass. Good find there by Pulver to get Zane right top of the key.
Barkoviak brings it up against Marcus Davidson. Left side, waves off Pearson, gets it out to Gottschalk. Fake the 3, gets to the Dance. Now over Pearson, right side, off the rim, no good. Nice rebound there by Pulver. Pulver gets it ahead. Marcus Davidson all the way in for the layup.
Oh, good jump stop there by Marcus. Body control, again, laying it off that glass, nice and soft.
9-5 is our score. Blackhawk Christian out to the early 4-point lead. Left side, Gottschalk picks up his dribble. Has Dance right out there with him. Jaden Dance guarded by Burke. Gets it over to Barkoviak. Outside now there's Anderson Drew. Caleb First pulling him away from the basket on that one. Outside there's penetration by Dance. Dance goes up with it. Nice by Burke. Dance gets it over and good up by Anderson Drew.
Yeah, good offensive rebounding right there by Concordia. Good slip pass. Nice soft teardrop.
Michael Pulver, Marcus Davidson inside to First. First immediately spins, gets it to Frankie, baseline jumper, and drains it.
Silky smooth by Frankie Davidson, the baseline right there. Good find by Caleb First.
First, I think, can feel that they're going to double team, even triple team. He went really quick with the spin move that time.
I'm sure that was emphasized ahead of the game by Coach Davidson to Caleb that they are going to come at you and come at you strong. Whoa.
Pearson thought he was going to get the contact, did get the contact, didn't get the foul.
Wow.
But he got the bucket instead. Nice move by Pearson, their leading scorer coming into the game. And he gets the block shot against Davidson now. Gottschalk the other way. Nice pressure by Frankie. He doesn't want to commit the foul, though. And tipped out. That's going to stay with Concordia. Nice pressure on the boards there by the Cadets.
Yeah, good observation there by Frankie as well. He didn't want to pick up that second foul early on. So he contested, but did not go up and contested like down low or with his body as much. Really kind of guarded himself against picking up that second foul.
Yeah, he pressured about as much as he could, and then on that offensive rebound, he just kind of let it go there.
That's smart.
And they end up missing it anyway.
They
so
did.
It was good defense there. You can't afford for Frankie to pick up a second foul this early. Pearson, step back three, no good. Caleb first with the board. Here comes Marcus Davidson. Zane Burke thought about the pull-up, gets a Davidson corner three.
There it is.
There it is. Marcus Davidson for three.
Yeah, good find. Little token drive there by Zane, sucking the defense into him. Marcus floats to that left-hand corner and drills that through.
Stepped out about a foot farther than his brother on the previous possession there.
Yes.
Frankie Garden dance out top. Now Gottschalk thought about the three. Gets it over to Anderson Drew. Anderson Drew continues to pull Caleb out. Outside now. There's Barkowiak gets to Pearson. Pearson's guarded by Michael Pulver. Nice pressure there. There's Dance. Dance is in the lane. Up and under. Gets it no good. Thought about the offensive rebound. Marcus Davidson with a nice board.
There we go.
Blackhawk had three people around, but Dance still fought for the board there. First, the double team comes, gets it out to Marcus Davidson.
Yep.
Finds the three.
There you go. That's going to be there all night long as the Cadets seek to double team Caleb first down on the block. Somebody's going to be open on the perimeter.
Concordia gets a quick timeout here as they try to figure out. We've got a 30-second timeout. 17-9. Blackhawk out to the early 8-point lead. And Paul, we were looking at some stats. Concordia's coach nice enough to send us stats through email earlier today. And one thing that stuck out to us, it seems like Concordia gets off to a slow start in a lot of games, but then really brings it on in the second half.
Yeah, it does. It almost appears, some contrasting styles here are going to be at play tonight. But, yeah, the first half, it seems like the Cadets really try and grind down their opponents, and they try and take advantage of kind of tiring them out in the second half, where it appears that they really shoot quite a bit better, whether it's halftime adjustments or just their philosophy as they employ that on a night-by-night basis. It certainly appears they're more of a second-half team.
Blackhawk applying some pressure early on, but it's kind of just token pressure. It's a little bit of man-to-man pressure, just enough to bother them a little bit coming up the court, but not that trapping defense that we're used to seeing from Blackhawk. And that may be part of, Concordia's style. Concordia, does that themselves, and so they know how to break it. Gottschalk with the three. That rims out, no good. Frankie with the board. Davidson with the push. He finds Zane Burke in the corner. Burke's looking at first, but gets out to Pulver instead. Pulver leaves it for Frankie Davidson. Outside, Burke for three. Right-hand baseline short. Burke gets his own board. Caleb first, free throw line extended, can't get it. Davidson with the tip up.
Boy, good position right there by Frankie. As soon as Caleb released that, Frankie found himself at the front of the rim, went up strong with it, tipping that ball straight in.
10-point lead for the Braves, just under 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Pearson trying to drive against Pulver's turnaround jump shot off the back rim. Marcus Davidson with a nice board, but gets it stolen. Gottschalk, no shot, and they're going to call Marcus Davidson on the block. Well, nice play there by Gottschalk.
Yeah, good rebound by Marcus, but yeah, very savvy play by the senior there. Gottschalk to be able to poke that away from Marcus, corral that back in, and really create that contact. He completely kind of bodied into Marcus there, drawing that foul on him.
Jaron Kindig into the ball game, 5'8" junior for Concordia. He replaces Barkowiak. Concordia will have it underneath their own basket, down 10. Pearson looks to go inbounds. Dance look inbounds. There's Gottschalk out top. Gets it over to Dance on the right-hand side. Now we got Kindig, guarded by Marcus Davidson. Kindig looks over to Dance, right-hand side. Concordia very patient with their offense. Pulver tried to go for the steal. Now we got Pearson up with a jump shot, short. Frankie Davidson with the board. Davidson will fill the middle. Gets it over to Michael Pulver. Oh, he had an open three, passed it up. Frankie open from the volleyball line for three.
Well, you know what? You kind of question Michael Pulver not pulling up there at that point, but patience bore itself out in that instance anyways.
22-9, our score, 1 minute remaining in the first quarter. Dance is holding off Pulver with his left hand the whole way in. Gottschalk, nice turnaround jump shot.
Yeah, good body control, a little bit of fade on that shot as well. Able to still find the square on the backboard to kiss it off.
45 seconds to go. The handoff to Frankie Davidson. In the corner, there's Marcus on the drive. Pull up, short. Caleb first. tried to get the rebound, didn't want to go over the back. He let him have it. Dance pulled it, nice block shot by Davidson. And first got the steal, and Dance fouled him in the backcourt because he was finding Frankie down the court.
Yeah, phenomenal close right there by Frankie Davidson again. He's 6'6", got those long arms, contesting that shot, able to get a fingertip on it, and kind of fell into Caleb's lap and ended up picking up that foul.
31 seconds remaining. Blackhawk with the ball in the 11-point lead. We'll see if they go for the one shot or if they just get the best available as quick as they can. 25 seconds left. Pulver looking down to first. Double teamed and a steal. Pearson comes away with it. Pearson's going to pull up for Concordia. 16 seconds left. Looks like they will go for the last shot. Dance out top, guarded by Davidson. 10 seconds remaining. Now Kindig on the right-hand side. 7 seconds. Kindig with the drive. Outside Pearson, right-hand baseline. No good. 2 seconds remaining. Caleb first fights for it. Zane Burke throws it down the end of the court as we've reached the end of the first quarter. Your score, Blackhawk Christian 22, Concordia 11 here on The Voice.
Are you looking for a wholesome place for your second quarter to be active and right in songs? Then we are studying from our William Center in Maryland, Walker, and Wells County for a full William Center membership. At the Rally, we help kids develop to their fullest potential through excitement, learning, and character development, all while having a great time. We're offering a free line membership to second graders during the time when we can benefit most. Just bring proof of residency and seventh grade status with you to sign up. We can't wait to meet you at the Rally.
Josh.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great team.
Hey, don't forget my slash is D.
And he's my son.
Uh-huh.
So, what does...
Welcome back to Blackhawk Christian High School. Second quarter underway. Concordia with the ball, down 11. Starting lineup still out there for Blackhawk, except Abe Hicks has checked into the ball game for the Braves, replacing Pulver. Pearson has it out top, gets it to Gottschalk on the right-hand side, guarded by Hicks. Gets it outside to Anderson Drew. Now we got left side to Dance. Gets it up to Kindig, still in the ball game. Kindig with nice penetration, left-hand layup, no good. Hicks with the board for the Braves. Hicks, a nice spin move, gets it out to Marcus Davidson, shoots the three, and buries it.
Boy, all created by Abe Hicks right there. Crafty little spin move, creates some separation, and then sucks his defender in, opening up Marcus Davidson for that three-pointer.
Gottschalk short on the three. Caleb first with the board for the Braves. Frankie will push tempo for Blackhawk. A little screen by Caleb first. Gets the ball back out. Caleb with some penetration.
Nice
looks
play.
Underneath. Abe Hicks wide open for the layup.
Boy, again, Caleb hasn't scored much thus far in this game, but he's had a huge impact. The gravity that he has on the floor, the entire cadet team is just sucking towards him, opening all kinds of nooks and crannies and open shots for his teammates.
Dance has it on the left-hand side. Gets it out to Anderson Drew. Dance now, guarded by Burke. Now he's guarded by First on the switch. Thought about taking First. Anderson Drew guarded by Zane Burke. Now Dance over to Kindig. Kindig's had a couple nice penetrations early on here for Concordia. With the switch, he's guarded by Hicks. Now we got Pearson. Now Dance. Dance left side. Dance not much of a three-point shooter. I don't think he's a big threat out there. Nice penetration by Gottschalk for two.
Oh, beautiful move right there. Aggressive by Gottschalk. Again, taking Marcus off the dribble.
Ooh, Frankie Davidson, long three.
Hello, ring it up, big fella.
That's the definition of long distance for Frankie.
Goodness.
30-13, our score. Blackhawk with the lead. 5:45 remaining in the half. Gottschalk looking for penetration. Got the height advantage against Hicks. Hicks staying with him. Kindig now left side, guarded by Marcus. Got it over to Anderson Drew, and now Dance. Dance looks for the penetration. He had First and Frankie on him. Frankie in the middle, gets it over to Abe Hicks with the layup.
Yeah, smart move.
And quick timeout there by Concordia. As Blackhawk Christian has looked to extend the lead, and we're going to get a full timeout here. We'll take that timeout with them. Your score, 32-13 on the race.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great team.
Hey, don't forget my tenacious D.
And he's my son. So, what does Josh do to be the best basketball player he can be?
I play tennis.
Studies show that student athletes here in Indiana who play more than one high school sport are more likely to excel. Tennis doesn't only improve Josh's condition, it gives him a fresh competitive outlet, reduces the risk of injury by cross-training, and introduces him to different coaching techniques and more plays.
Don't get me wrong, hoops are my first love.
Tennis just gives me a little break. So when the new season begins, Josh isn't turned off on basketball. He's able to play. And we can see the difference in this game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Along with Paul Subar, I'm Brian Greenwald. Welcome back to Blackhawk Christian High School. 5.5 minutes remaining before halftime. Concordia will have the ball out of the timeout. They are trailing by 19 points. And right now the Cadets are trying to figure out how to slow Blackhawk down. Some fast break points by the Braves have really put the Cadets in a hole. Gottschalk will bring it up now. He'll handle the ball. Kindig on the left-hand side still in the ball game for the Cadets. Caden Motter into the ball game. He was handling it there a second ago. Gottschalk. Anderson Drew will take the three off the back. No good. Nice rebound in there by Kindig. Pearson with the three, and they're going to call Caleb, I think, on the hack out there. He's going to shoot three shots. He waited to see if it went in almost, I think, you know?
I think you're right. Yeah, on the whole, not an extraordinarily strong three-point shooting team. Gottschalk's probably their sharpshooter. He can pinpoint one. So really that in an ideal scenario, an ideal situation, instead of fouling the three-point shooter, it's just a simple contest. Going with the length of Caleb first and the position that he found himself in, he was kind of coming back over the top of him, actually behind the three-point shooter Pearson. It kind of raked him over the hands.
Now the other thing with that, though, is that unless you're fouling Gottschalk, Concordia also not a strong free throw shooting team.
That's a great point.
I don't think hardly anybody over 70% except for Gottschalk. He brings their percentage up by shooting 95% from the free throw line this season.
Goodness.
Michael Pulver with the ball. Zane Burke right-hand side. Abe Hicks now with the Braves. Zane Burke looking inside to first, trying to get it to the big man. He does. Immediate double team out to Pulver. Abe Hicks,
beautiful. His
third wide open layup of the quarter.
Boy, and I tell you what, whoever is guarding Michael Pulver is sagging off so far on that entry pass into Caleb. Caleb immediately turns, finds Pulver, and Pulver drops it down on that left-hand block for Abe for that easy layup. So it's almost a hockey assist that Caleb gets on that one.
Yeah, Caleb's been doing a great job of not forcing anything on the double team. He's passed out of it. He's done a quick spin when he's had the availability to do so. Three-pointer on the way for Gottschalk. It's good. Gottschalk with an impressive game so far. 9 points for the senior. Here's Frankie Davidson out top. Cross court now, Michael Pulver. Guarded by his same number, Kindig. Pulver with a penetration spin move out to Zane Burke. Right-hand side three.
Well, I tell you what, penetration does the body good, does the team good as well. Pulver, because his defender is sagging so far off of him, is trying to get that almost running start into the lane.
Gottschalk, nice double team there by Hicks and Pulver. Concordia trying to get it out of it now. Kindig with the penetration. Gets it back out to Gottschalk. Concordia will set it back up. Penetration there by Motter. Gottschalk with a little running jumper is good.
Goodness.
Adam
Gottschalk, the tool bag.
Continuing to impress for the Cadets.
Wow.
37-20 our score. Just over 3 minutes remaining before halftime. Michael Pulver all the way to the basket.
There we go.
That time he said, "You want me to have it? I will take it."
It is. I mean, his defender, Kindig, is so far off of him. He's got 3 or 4 steps to build up a head of steam, and by the time he's ready for takeoff, he's launching himself to the basket.
Pearson with a hard layup. Still didn't get it on the second try. Caleb first comes out of it for the Braves. Nice move. Caleb Frisch is going to go all the way. Couldn't get it to go, but got the foul.
What a luxury to have your 6'10 center board up on the defensive side and then start the break. A one-man fast break. Wow.
6'10 point guard Caleb Frisch there for the Braves.
I like it. He wears it well.
Yeah. First shot is up and good for the sophomore. His first point of the quarter, third point of the game. Marcus Davidson into the ball game, replacing Zane Burke. Pearson comes out of the ball game for Concordia. Barkowiak back into the ball game. First buries the second. 41-20 our score. 21-point lead for the Braves. Kindig left-hand side for the Cadets. There's Gottschalk. Hicks gets that assignment. Anderson Drew has it out top against First. Kindig, nice penetration. Switch by Hicks. Anderson Drew continuing to pull First out. Right-hand side back out to Anderson Drew. Gottschalk over Michael Pulver, no good. First with the big board. They're going to call Abe Hicks for the travel. A nice nice pressure there by Kindig as he was trying to get out on the fast break.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Kindig kind of made that play, forced Abe into that traveling situation. Smart, very smart.
Impressed with Kindig so far. He's been very aggressive on both ends of the floor so far.
Yeah, not the tallest player out there for the Cadets, but handles the ball well, has been able to get into the lane.
That's Chuck for three.
Bring it up.
That is a familiar tune.
Goodness.
Adam Gottschalk trying to keep the Cadets in the ball game by himself out here right now, especially with their leading scorer Pearson on the bench. Frankie now on the post with a turnaround jumper.
Well, that's just easy. That's available for Frankie whenever he wants it. Just the turnaround, face up, and kind of fade away over his right-hand shoulder. Easy 12-footer for him.
Motter on the outside. Now gets it over to Barkowiak. Anderson Drew on the outside. Looks inside. That's a steal by Marcus Davidson. A steal right back by Barkowiak. Shoots the three, no good, and Frankie with the board. Frankie's going to push now against Barkowiak. Gets it inside. A little too hard for Caleb First. Out of bounds for the Cadets.
Yeah, a little mustard on that pass right there. A little soft lob up over the top. And an easy layup for Caleb.
43-23, just under a minute and a half remaining before halftime. Cadets will bring the ball up, trying to cut into this 20-point lead before we go to halftime. Barkowiak will run the point here for the Cadets. Nice back door there by Gottschalk. They didn't find him.
Good rotation.
All the way around to Motter. Three no good. First with the board.
Good defensive rotation right there. Good communication by the Braves. There was a back screen, and all of a sudden Abe and Marcus were switching as well as Caleb. Oh, good hustle.
Nice hustle by Abe Hicks. Caleb First inside. A nice turnaround jumper. Couldn't get it. Michael Pulver, they're going to call him on the foul, holding off.
Boy, give the 5'7" guy a little credit, though, holding off the 6'3" fella.
He's like, how am I supposed to get the rebound, guys? Come on.
Oh, goodness.
All right, I'm going to go down for some third-grade coaching duties here at halftime, and Paul will bring you home for the rest of this half.
Absolutely. Hey, good luck. All right, Barkowiak out on the front. Anderson Drew sizing up Caleb First. Hot hand tonight. Gottschalk rotates that ball over to Motter, who finds an open Kindig, nails the three. Right hand corner pocket. Good ball movement right there by the Cadets. 15 seconds to go in the first half here. Frankie Davidson going to work here. Fading away all day long, sir. All day long. That's easy for Frankie. Wow, at the buzzer. Gottschalk does what he's been doing all half long. Pulls up from about 27 feet. Silky smooth, draining that three to close out the half. And at the half, the break here. The midpoint of our game tonight between the Braves and the Cadets. The Braves take a 45-29 point lead into halftime. We're going to take a break here. Let you all listen to a little bit of our advertisements, pay the bills. And if you're still watching, enjoy the second/third graders out on the floor doing what they do. All right, we're coming to you from The Voice.
Are you taking the first step towards a healthier you, or are you just tired of the same workout? From beginners to fitness veterans, the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is the place for you. We offer a full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, a full line of classes, an indoor pool, and so much more. Have peace of mind when you work out with childcare available. The Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is so much more. Join today. Visit fwymca.org.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? When you're working for a mover and shaker with strong ties to our community, who are they? When you encounter a group of people eager to roll up their sleeves, who are you most likely to work with? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Taking the initiative, being a good teammate, sacrificing personal glory for the greater good. These are qualities we expect of our leaders, and they're all being cultivated in the high schools right here in Indiana. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your trusted choice in northern Indiana. For 30 years, we have treated all walks of life, from peewees to professionals and Olympians and everyone in between. As a patient, you can schedule at any of our 18 conveniently located clinics without a doctor's order, and we communicate with your physician throughout your treatment. IPT is a cost-effective therapy provider who accepts all insurance plans. We offer the highest credentialed and most reputable staff in the area. We're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and can schedule you the same day you call. You can find one of our 18 Indiana Physical Therapy locations near you. Choose IPT to get back to work, life, and play today. Celebrating 30 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit indianapt.com.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Costly misconceptions about collision repair, brought to you by Lauren's Body Shop.
The insurance representative said the shop you selected isn't on their approved list and you should choose from their list.
False. You are not required to visit these shops, and doing so could put you at a disadvantage in settling your claim and receiving a high-quality repair.
In business since 1951, Lawrence Body Shop on East Dustman Road specializes in insurance collision repair, offers free estimates, and an outstanding limited lifetime warranty. Visit lawrencebodyshop.com.
The debate about sports specialization by high school athletes continues. Some argue that high school athletes who play one sport all year long have a better chance of landing a lucrative pro contract. But that's simply not true. In fact, 30 of the 32 first-round picks in last year's NFL draft played more than one sport in high school. Of the 32 players drafted, 22 also participated in high school track and field. 19 also played basketball. Some also played baseball and lacrosse. What's the path to success for high school athletes here in Indiana, no matter what their goals might be? Study hard. Always do your best. And if you can, play more than one sport in high school. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Honey, isn't it amazing?
What?
The sacrifice, the dedication, the grit. I mean, they really set an example, don't they?
Oh, well, no question. Today's high school athletes are truly special.
Not the athletes.
Well, who?
The officials.
Oh.
Today's student athletes are truly special. But there's something pretty great about the men and women who officiate their games, too. Like the way they're giving back to their communities. Officiating is a terrific way to stay in shape, meet new people, and stay connected to the game you love. But the biggest reason of all? We need more qualified high school officials here in Indiana. And without them, the rest of us would have a whole lot less to cheer about. High school games need officials. High school sports need you.
Great call, Ralph! Yeah!
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
Costly misconceptions about collision repair. Brought to you by
Are you looking for a wholesome place for your 7th grader to be active and meet new friends? Then bring your student to a YMCA in Allen, Whitley, or Wells County for a free YMCA membership. At the Y, we help kids develop to their fullest potential through achievement, belonging, and character development, all while having a great time. We offer a free Y membership to 7th graders during a time when they can benefit most. Just bring proof of residency and 7th grade status with you to sign up. We can't wait to meet you at the Y.
Are you taking the first step towards a healthier you? Or are you just tired of the same workout? From beginners to fitness veterans, the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is the place for you. We offer a full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, a full line of classes, an indoor pool, and so much more. Have peace of mind when you work out with childcare available. The Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is so much more. Join today. Visit fwymca.org.
Meet Josh.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great teammate.
Hey, don't forget my tenacious D.
And he's my son.
Oh.
So, what does Josh do to be the best basketball player he can be?
I play tennis.
Studies show that student athletes here in Indiana who play more than one high school sport are more likely to excel. Tennis does more than improve Josh's condition. It gives him
Second half action getting ready to be underway here at Blackhawk Christian. Your score 45-29. Blackhawk Christian with the lead. And Blackhawk Christian will start with the ball here in the second half.
Well, Coach Greenwald, I got to say, there's a lot of action going on at halftime as well. Those third graders were getting after it now.
I'll tell you, to have half the energy of those third graders out there, if we can just keep them interested in basketball, I mean, that'll be a good class coming up.
Absolutely.
So, Concordia with the rebound here. We got Dance out top, guarded by Frankie. Looks left side to Pearson. Pearson guarded by Pulver. Gets it out to Dance. Dance with a three-point shot, and he nails it.
Wow. Good stroke right there. Coming out after halftime, I'm sure that was an emphasis by the coaching staff of the Cadets. Hey, if you get open shots, don't be afraid to pull up. Take them with confidence. We need to hit some of those.
Here's Marcus Davidson. Michael Pulver on baseline. Pulver with a nice spin move in the layup.
Nice. Again, continue to be aggressive right there. You have to keep the defense honest. Whoever's guarding you, you have to let them know that you are an offensive weapon. Otherwise, they'll just continue to sag further and further off of you.
Michael Pulver with 3 layups on the night, 6 points, and they got an offensive foul coming up here against, looks like maybe Gottschalk. Yep, that's his first of the ball game. Blackhawk with the ball here, 16-point lead. Pulver will bring it up. Got the bigger Gottschalk guarding him. Zane Burke looks to Frankie. All the way over to Pulver. Pulver on the left-hand wing. Looks a little penetration. It's got Burke. Didn't see him on the cut. First into Pulver. Pulver with another layup, and he got the foul.
Boy, simple give and go right there. An unconventional two-man game being played by Michael Pulver and Caleb First. Though, I mean, whoever Caleb has guarding him, there's going to be somebody who's going to come off on that double team as well. But Pulver's man is so far off of him that it's almost it's a difficult entry pass to get it down to Caleb. But because he's so close to Caleb himself, Pulver very headily cut straight into the lane and received that pass and drew that foul.
Michael Pulver hit the first and the second. 4 points here in the second half for Michael Pulver. 8 for the ball game. 49-31 our score. Barkowiak brings the ball up for the Cadets. Dance on the right-hand side has already hit a 3 in this half. Now we got Pearson guarded by Pulver. Pearson looking to use his height as his advantage. Doesn't get the shot to go. First, tried the outlet and Dance got it. He also had somebody coming from behind. Anderson Drew couldn't get it with First. A nice rebound, or a nice defense. Marcus Davidson gets to First.
There we go.
All the way in for the layup.
Yeah, beautiful play right there again. Marcus feeding the big man on the break. Easy layup for Caleb.
Pearson, top of the key, gets to Gottschalk. Left-hand side now to Dance. Dance left open for 3. Didn't get it. Zane Burke with the board for the Braves. Burke's been quiet offensively, but he's been good on the defensive pressure.
Nice.
Marcus couldn't get that to go.
Halfway in.
Rebound goes to Dance. He gets it left-hand side. Barkowiak for 3.
Good stroke.
Alec Barkowiak, his second tray of the night. Pulver has it up front. Backdoor cut by Davidson. Didn't see it. Gets it down low instead to First. First turns baseline, gets it into the lane, and Michael Pulver with the foul.
Good find right there. Again, we continue to see Caleb First make good decisions with the ball when he gets it down on the block. He's continuing to see double, triple teams all night long, and as those come, he's not, you're absolutely right, he's not forcing the action. You know, he's becoming almost a table setter from that post position, finding those open cutters, slicing into the lane.
Pulver's first one up and good. Michael Pulver, the scoring machine here in the second half.
I tell you what, yeah.
9 points, looking to break into double figures. And he does with that free throw. That's something we don't say about Michael Pulver very often, but he's capable of it.
He absolutely is. Yeah,
he's got the offensive game. He just looks for others instead.
Yeah. And, playing that traditional point guard role, I mean, he's really filling that need well. There's plenty of offense to go around. We've seen already this year. To kind of step into that role and be that bulldog on defense, that's an important role to play.
Ooh, tried to get in at first. He was double teamed and came really fast. He gets it back out to Pulver on the left-hand side. Michael Pulver with the penetration. He looks out to Zane Burke. Marcus Davidson, top of the key. Penetration.
Nice.
Gets it down low to first with the dunk, but they're going to wave that off, I believe.
I think I got
the offensive
charge, yeah.
Yep. Marcus Davidson with the charge. A little bit out of control before the dump off. Marcus is second. 4.5 to go here in the third quarter. 53-34 our score.
I kind of like the ball movement, though, that last possession. Even though it resulted in a charge on Marcus, it was good. It was unselfish play.
Gottschalk's three is off. Marcus Davidson with the board, and Frankie's going to push it for the Braves. Gets in the lane, leaves it behind him for Marcus Davidson. Too hard on the three. Zane Burke with a nice hustle, and couldn't get the layup to go. Frankie Davidson raises his hand saying, please give me those points.
That's what you want to make sure.
We will.
The score table. Caleb was right there next to him. He's like, that was mine. I got 3 fingers. He might have got 2, but I got 3 fingers on that one.
21-point lead for Blackhawk Christian. Pearson, nice shot, or nice pass fake, baseline jumper, couldn't get it. Nice block out by Pulver, comes down with the board, pushes ahead. Zane Burke, left-hand side. Out Marcus Davidson, gets it over to Frankie. Right-hand side, down low to first. Double team doesn't come that time, and he gets the layup.
Again, another great decision. He took his time. He was patient and methodically turned over his right shoulder, flipped it up and in for 2.
Concordia with a 30-second timeout here. 57-34 our score. And Coach there's got to say, how do we stop these guys?
Boy, it's a challenge. I mean, for anyone who steps on the court with the Braves this season, it's kind of pick your poison. Do we want to try and collapse on the inside and give the Braves open shots from the perimeter? Well, when that takes place, all of a sudden you've got Frankie Davidson and Zane Burke. And at times Michael Pulver is very capable of doing that, rising up from 3 and splashing down. And if you're not willing to commit to closing down the lane and collapsing down on the post play of Caleb first, you're going to open up driving creases for wing players, or you're going to give one-on-one opportunities to Caleb himself, who is a very capable offensive player himself.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is that is a rhetorical question these days, because I'm not sure. I mean, you got so many offensive weapons to stop for Blackhawk. I'm not sure how you do it.
It's tough. It is. To put yourself in that defensive position, I mean, you want to try and stay in front of them. Yeah, if you can afford to go one-on-one with Caleb, to have the size to do it, but it's just there's not many teams out there right now who have the size capable of trying to wrangle with Caleb first down the block. So you're almost forced in the position of having to send additional defenders to try and shut him down.
We're going to call Marcus Davidson on the block over there. That's Marcus's 3rd foul tonight. Some substitutions for Concordia. Looks like Jaron Kindig back into the ballgame for them. Marcus Davidson comes out. Abe Hicks checks in. Evan Minger in for the first time for the Cadets out there. Shot there, no good. Abe Hicks. What are we going to call here?
There we go. Yep.
On the other way. Foul against Concordia.
Yeah, Abe got shoved. He was trying to maintain position down on the block and ended up getting shoved by Parnan.
Jaden Parnan also in for the first time tonight. He picked up that foul. Blackhawk on offense.
Tell you what, Michael Pulver, I mean, oh no, he got hung up.
Was in between there and
didn't know.
Called for the travel.
But I tell you, Michael's done a really nice job on Pearson on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, just being that gnat, contesting shots, going up with it, riding them all over the floor. I mean, Pearson's kind of their playmaker for the Cadets, and Michael's done a good job sticking with them all night long.
Yeah, Pearson only has 4 points tonight. He's their leading scorer coming into the ballgame.
Tough points. I mean, even at that, 4 points is a number below his average, but I mean, even the 4 points he's had it's been a grind.
Dance with the penetration. Tough shot, no good. Frankie comes out with the board. Frankie runs the point now for Blackhawk. On the right-hand side, we're looking at the two-man game here. Frankie and Caleb instead cross court to Zane Burke. Open for three.
There's that pick your poison again.
There it is.
Yeah, you set up the two-man game with Caleb on the block and Frankie sitting out down. Again, the help side defense sucks in to try and account for that. And Zane Burke, skip pass. Easy three for him.
Well, just about the time you say Zane Burke's had a little bit of a quiet offensive night. I mean, 3 threes for him, 9 points.
Goodness.
Almost in double figures, and it's a quiet night for him.
Goodness.
Abe Hicks coming up with it for Blackhawk. Down low, Caleb first.
Nice
out to Abe Hicks, another wide open layup.
He has been the benefactor, has he not? Right place, right time, put himself in the right position to be in the right place at the right time.
Abe Hicks is begging for more double teams with Caleb
Yes,
first.
He is, goodness.
Left-hand side for Concordia, Evan Minger. Pearson out top, guarded by Pulver. Tried to step back, Pulver's right there with him. Jaden Dance with the step back, no good. Frankie with the board for the Braves.
Again, even on that, the contest from Pulver, the switch to immediately go out and contest on Dance's shot.
Zane Burke with another three, left-hand side.
Bring it up, number 4.
Zane Burke with 12 points. We go under a minute to go here in the third quarter. 65-34. Michael Pulver getting called with a little bit of a ticky-tack foul there. Pulver's second foul tonight.
Again, though, nothing easy for Pearson. I mean, that's kind of his mission. That's essentially basically one of Michael's objectives every single game, I think. It is figure out who the prime perimeter player is and just harass him all night long. Tire him out. Make everything hard for him. Because by the time the fourth quarter comes, their legs are going to be exhausted from just trying to get around him.
I wish we were keeping track of rebounds tonight. It seems like every time Frankie's coming up with a rebound, Abe Hicks is coming up with another wide open layup.
Oh, layups.
Abe Hicks with 10 points tonight. 30 seconds to go here in the quarter. 67-34 our score.
Yeah, Abe's shot perimeter, if you're tracking that, it's probably like 2 feet or less all the way around the rim.
Frankie with another board for Blackhawk. He looks the left-hand side this time. Zane Burke, 4-3.
Goodness. Boy, get out on the break and run, young fellas.
Michael Pulver, nice defensive pressure there in the backcourt, and then look at the hustle to get back to his man. Long three, no good there by Concordia in the end of the third quarter. Your score, Blackhawk Christian 70, Concordia 34 here on The Voice.
Reduces the risk of injury by cross-training and introduces her to different coaching techniques. Friends, turn around. Whoops on a first love. Thomas just doesn't want to break. So when the new season begins, Josh isn't very well on basketball. He's in the fight. And we can see the difference in this game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? When you're working for a mover and shaker with strong ties to our community, who are they? When you encounter a group of people eager to roll up their sleeves, who are you most likely to work with? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Taking the initiative, being a good teammate, sacrificing personal glory for the greater good. These are qualities we expect of our leaders, and are all being cultivated in the high schools right here in Indiana. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Concordia Lutheran with the ball to start here in the fourth quarter. Gottschalk gets it left-hand side to Dance. Out to Evan Minger. Minger gets it to Parnan for three.
Good stroke.
Nice
Good play. Coming out of the quarter ending right there. Parnan setting up a double screen for him.
Foul back here on the other side as Frankie takes it to the bucket. Looks like we got Minger on the foul. His first. At some point in the fourth quarter here, obviously you expect to see Coach Davidson go to his bench.
Start extending it out a little bit.
Get some of these guys some time. I want to mention Trinity Clark not dressed tonight. That's part of the reason you haven't seen him out there on the court so far.
Yeah.
Not sure what the issue is with Trinity, but he's down there in street clothes.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's one Brave you won't see tonight. I'm guessing you'll see most of the rest of them here before the game's over.
I would hope so. There we go.
Frankie with the free throw. 17 points tonight for Davidson. Concordia with Dance out top. Gets it over to Kindig. Gottschalk over to Dance. Nice pressure out top there by First. Wouldn't give Minger the ball. Nice play there by Parnan. Oh, slipped down. Some moisture on the floor or something. I mean, his feet just came out from under him.
Yeah, good offensive play. He kind of caught Abe peeking over his shoulder, looking for a pick, and Parnan ended up driving to the hole, and yeah, you're right. Feet just went completely out underneath him.
I'm just glad he didn't hit his head on the floor the way those feet just came out.
Yikes.
Frankie looks down low to First. First gets it. I'm not sure who he was trying to get it to there, but Concordia fights over it and out of bounds to the Braves.
Yeah, I think he was trying to do another little slip pass to Abe as he was slicing through the lane again. Braves fortunate to maintain possession of this ball as he kind of ricocheted off the Cadets out of bounds.
Yeah, Abe was actually a little bit too close to him that time, I think. So Luke Newhouse checks in the ball game for the Cadets for the first time. Braves with the ball, 71-37, 7 minutes remaining in the ball game. Culver, penetration out to Davidson, shoots the three, off the rim, no good. There's Caleb First with the rebound and the put in.
It's easy. Easy for him. Good positioning, good rebounding, easy putback.
First goes into double figures with 10 tonight. Left-hand side for the Cadets, there's Minger. Minger across court to Parnan, I believe. Gottschalk has it out top. Parnan on the right-hand side gets to Gottschalk. Nice cut of the baseline there by Burke. Up with it, no good, and there's Caleb First with the board. Frankie pushes tempo, leaves it for Burke left-hand side. Burke with the penetration gets it down low to First. Nice spin move by First, a little jumper in the baseline, no good.
Wow.
Culver fighting for it underneath. Frankie Davidson fighting to get it back up and in.
Yeah, sticking with it.
Even added an offensive rebound to his stats while he was there.
But really, that began with Pulver again, fighting for the board. I mean, that's just the tenacity down there to be 5'7", get your hand on it and stick with it, be able to tip it away.
Gottschalk, a little separation, gets the three. Burke knocks it out of bounds. Concordia will keep the ball.
There we go.
Yeah. Marcus Davidson checks in for his brother Frankie. And Cooper Wild, the senior, in for the first time tonight, replacing Caleb First. Frankie checks out with 19 points. First just got 10 points there, right there in that quarter before he checked out.
Yeah, I like that substitution, though. I mean, you're up nearly, yikes, almost 30 at this stage. Your starters will give you great minutes. They poured it on for him.
Zane Burke in and out on the three, no good. There's Culver again fighting for the board, out of bounds to the Cadets.
Yeah, sub them out. They've done their job. Let them soak up the rest of the 5.5 minutes left from the bench and cheer on their teammates.
Minger has it out top, guarded by Wild. Now Pearson for three. And off the rim twice, no good. Marcus Davidson with the board. Pulver pushes tempo. Leaves it for Marcus Davidson, but Abe Hicks tracks it down. Hicks shuffled the feet there, traveling out of bounds to the Cadets. 15, Caden Motter checks into the ball game for Concordia. Gottschalk checks out for the Cadets. Gottschalk with a nice game tonight for Concordia. 17 points for the senior.
Well, he really has. First half, he was really the shining part of the Cadets and kind of kept them halfway close, at least within shouting distance. Raining threes, putting up contested shots, really kind of showing an inside-out game that was missed in the second half, but I'm sure that was a point of contention at halftime for the Braves to really kind of focus in on Gottschalk and kind of shut him down.
Rebound there to Pulver. Outlet to Marcus Davidson. Marcus goes all the way in with the bucket, I believe, and the foul.
Beautiful body control there by Marcus. So Marcus is not going to out-quick guys a whole lot, but I mean, he's got broad shoulders to him, and he's got good enough balance that he's able to create contact and absorb it. And he's strong enough and broad enough to be able to kind of lean into defenders' bodies and still be able to get a shot off. So
Marcus completes the three-point play. 14 points tonight for Davidson. 78-37 our score. Pearson, nice defense there by Abe Hicks, knocking it out of bounds. The Cadets will keep the ball. Yeah, you talked about Gottschalk. I saw the reaction on Coach Davidson's face up close as he hit that three right at the buzzer at halftime. He wasn't very happy with his team's defensive effort there.
Oh,
Pearson nails the three.
Boy, finally got one to go down from outside though. That's he's been begging for one all night.
Pulver looks left, tries to drive in, gets it down to Hicks. Hicks wasn't wide open that time. Marcus Davidson gets the foul called there as he went up for the short jump shot. Got the foul on Pearson. That's his second.
It's smart. It's smart play by Marcus. It's under control. It's giving the head and shoulders, and then stepping in. One-step dribble, get into a rhythm jump shot. And again, Pearson trying to contest that. He's able to get that contact and earn himself a couple free throws.
First one's no good. Jacob Lindsay checks in for Zane Burke.
There we go.
Number 30, Austin McIntosh checks in for Michael Pulver. As Coach Davidson clears a few more guys off the bench. Some seniors getting some time here toward the end of the game.
Yeah, that's good to see.
Marcus nails that free throw. 15 points for Marcus. 79-40, 4 minutes remaining in the ball game. Luke Newhouse gets it out to long three there. Nice shot there by 15, Caden Motter.
Coming off the bench firing.
Cooper Wild gets to McIntosh. Now Abe Hicks on the left-hand side. Gets to Wild. Screen by McIntosh, pops out. Thought about the three, gets it over to Abe Hicks. Down low, Marcus Davidson with the turnaround.
Yeah, again, it's understanding his position on the floor. He's able to turn over his right shoulder and hit that fadeaway shot. That's definitely in Marcus's bag of tricks.
17 tonight for Marcus Davidson. And Minger has it out top, guarded by Wild. Gets it over now to Motter. Harnan gets it all the way over. Nice penetration. Couldn't quite get it, and Abe Hicks has the board. Look at Cooper Wild running in the lane. Abe Hicks takes it all away.
Smart play there by Abe. The defender was actually playing the passing lane. Abe actually raked it through, and it's an easy layup for him.
Harnan gets it out to Kindig. Kindig guarded by McIntosh. Newhouse now to Motter. Nice play there by Lindsay. Wild gets it up to Marcus Davidson. Nice defensive pressure there by Newhouse. Out of bounds to Concordia.
Good defense there by the Cadets. Be able to cover on that and strip that ball away. Knock it off of Marcus's knee.
Jake Boyer and Landon Kilgus check into the ball game. Marcus Davidson and Abe Hicks will take the rest of the night off.
I want to give Cooper Wild a little bit of credit on that last fast break layup by Abe Hicks as well. Now, the defender was playing the passing lane, but the only reason that he was playing the passing lane is because Cooper was able to actually run and sprint down the floor and get in position, so they had to play the passing lane. So that layup was converted by Abe, but helped to be constructed by Cooper Wild.
Kilgus looking for help, gets it to Lindsay. Lindsay gets it down low to Kilgus. Kilgus in the lane, couldn't quite get it. Rebound by Cooper Wild. Wild up and in.
Attaboy. Get rewarded for all the hard work you do out there, sir.
Cooper Wild, his first two of the night. Harnan gets it over to Newhouse. There's Kindig. Motter thought about the three, didn't take it. Minger gets it over to Parnan. Parnan's guarded by Wild. Nice crossover move, nice spin move. Behind the back, nice pass out for the three.
Hey.
It's good there.
Motter again.
Cade Motter for another three-pointer for the Cadets. 85-48. Kilgus to Wild. Wild on the right-hand side. Boyer's trying to post up underneath. McIntosh over to Kilgus. Now Lindsay out top. Lindsay will get it down low to Boyer. Stripped, nice hands there by 21, Luke Newhouse. Cadets with the ball, 1:13 remaining. Harnan will shoot the top of the key three, no good. And Boyer with the rebound for the Braves. 1:05 remaining. Cooper Wild over to McIntosh. McIntosh with penetration, tried to get it up and under, couldn't quite do it. Cadets come down with it. Motter has it. We know Motter can shoot. He's nailed 2 threes here in the quarter. Underneath with the short layup, no good, and there's Kilgus with the board. 40 seconds remaining.
Nice look.
Underneath, Cooper Wild for 2.
Beautiful pass right there, and again, Cooper Wild running the floor, sprinting ahead. Like to see Lindsay with his eyes up, rewarding Wild for that, again, running the floor.
That's one thing you see about Cooper Wild. I mean, he shows hustle every time he gets on the court out there.
Oh,
Kindig with the rainbow 3.
Wow.
Nice to see Kindig get a couple shots to go here in the fourth quarter because he's been working hard all game long. Lindsay will pull the ball out. Jacob Lindsay's good here at the end of these games just to pull the ball out. We don't need to score anymore for these guys. 1 second, and there's the final buzzer. The score 87 for Blackhawk Christian, 51 for Concordia. We'll be back to wrap things up here in a few minutes on The Voice.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? Answer. High school sports. Education-wise high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So, where do we find athletes? Answer. High school sports. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. The debate about sports specialization by high school athletes continues. Some argue that high school athletes who play one sport all year long have a better chance of landing a lucrative pro contract. But that's simply not true. In fact, 30 of the 32 first-round picks in last year's NFL draft played more than one sport in high school. Of the 42 players drafted, 22 also participated in high school track and field. 19 also played basketball. Some also played baseball and lacrosse. What's the path to success for high school athletes here in Indiana, no matter what their goals might be? Goals to you, and if you can, play more than one sport in high school. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Honey, isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
The sacrifice, the dedication, the grit. I mean, they really set an example, don't they?
Oh, well, no question. Today's high school athletes are truly special.
Not the athletes.
What?
The officials.
Oh.
Today's student athletes are truly special. But there's something pretty great about the men and women who officiate their games, too. Like the way they're giving back to their communities. Officiating is a terrific way to stay in shape. Like more people. And stay connected to the game you love. But the biggest reason of all? You need more qualified high school officials here in Indiana. And without them, the rest of us would have a whole lot less to cheer about. High school games need officials. High school sports
Call, Rap!
Yeah!
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your trusted choice in Northern Indiana. For 30 years, we have treated all walks of life, from peewees to professionals and Olympians and everyone in between. As a patient, you can schedule at any of our 18 conveniently located clinics without a doctor's order, and we communicate with your physician throughout your treatment. IPT is a cost-effective therapy provider who accepts all insurance plans. We offer the highest credentialed and most reputable staff in the area. We're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and can schedule you the same day you call. You can find one of our 18 Indiana Physical Therapy locations near you. Choose IPT to get back to work, life, and play today. Celebrating 30 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit indianapt.com. Costly misconceptions about collision repair, but you at Lawrence Body Shop.
The insurance representative said the shop you selected isn't on their approved list, and you should choose from their list.
False. You are not required to visit these shops, and doing so could put you at a disadvantage in settling your claim and receiving a high-quality repair.
In business since 1951, Lawrence Body Shop on East Dustman Road specializes in insurance collision repair, offers free estimates, and an outstanding limited lifetime warranty. Visit lawrencebodyshop.com.
All right, welcome back to Blackhawk Christian as we're back to wrap things up. Your final score, Blackhawk Christian 87, Concordia 51. Possibly a bigger spread than a lot of people expected in this game, but I'll tell you what, Blackhawk came out from the very beginning and just kind of set their way. And it wasn't just one way tonight, Paul. I mean, they scored offensively in 2 or 3, 4 different ways to where you didn't know which way you needed to stop them.
Yeah, I tell you what, I feel like we say it often. We're watching the Braves play this year specifically, but it's a really unselfish team, and it's a smart team. They always try and establish Caleb first down on the block initially, and as they did tonight, Caleb had all kinds of different options at his disposal then, whether to try and find his own offense or to read the defense and try and create shots for some of his teammates, which is kind of what he was able to do at the onset of the game anyways. The Cadets were sending 2, 3 guys at him immediately when he caught the ball, and Caleb very coolly and calmly surveyed the defense, found the open man, and tell you what, his teammates were the benefactor of a lot of easy, wide-open perimeter shots and layups.
Yeah, it was one of those deals tonight. If you went into first, he either got it or he passed it. If you didn't go into him, you had Pulver with the penetration because, as you said all night, his guy was sagging off all night.
Big time.
You had Frankie on a baseline. You had Marcus, and you had Zane Burke looking for threes on the outside. I mean, the Braves just come at you in so many different ways that, you know, we said earlier tonight, how do you stop the Braves? It's a rhetorical question. You don't. I mean, you try to slow them down. I think everybody's going to try to look at the Indianapolis manual tape at some point this year. They seem to be the only team so far that did that, and again, you know, they were without Caleb first on that day. I guess that was actually a day game. Maybe they just weren't ready for a day game. I don't know.
It's hard to play when the sun is shining. Yeah, I mean, it is. It's going to be a challenge for any team that goes up against the Braves to try and stop the onslaught. And I'm interested in seeing which teams kind of come up with different types of game plans. Maybe there'll be zone defenses or pressing defenses to try and make them uncomfortable, but so far this season, we haven't seen anybody really kind of slow them down a whole lot, save for injuries. The injury bug is kind of what's slowed them down the most.
Well, then let's say we're very happy that we seem to come out of that tonight all right.
Yes.
I mean, obviously we'll check on Trinity's status for Tuesday night at Homestead, but other than that, everybody seemed to come out unscathed. Blackhawk Christian with 6 guys in double figures tonight. They are led by the senior Frankie Davidson with 19 points, 2 3-pointers on the night. Frankie, you know, once again, just tried to assert himself, but not forcing anything.
Yeah.
Frankie seems to assert himself without ever seeming forced.
I mean, it's kind of the quiet nature of Frankie Davidson himself. I mean, he's intense out on the floor, but it's like a calming intense of sorts. He finds himself in the right positions, and if this guy's a half step off of him, he's got the length and the leaping ability to jump over top of him and hit a 3 or hit an easy 17-foot fadeaway jump shot or post up a smaller defender down on the block and turn over his shoulder and get an easy 2 that way. But yeah, Frankie finds himself in positions of, you know, all of a sudden you look down at the scoreboard and he's got, you know, 19, 20, 25 points, and it's in the blink of an eye.
What was good to see tonight also, I mean, Frankie had to have a double-double. I mean, we didn't keep track of boards, but it seemed like he had 4 or 5 defensive rebounds in a row.
That's very true.
You know, at one point there in the second half. Now, not to be outdone, his brother Marcus Davidson. Marcus had a big game tonight, 17 points for Marcus, including 3 3-pointers, all in the first half. And Marcus got some points there down the stretch there in the fourth quarter, 6 points in the fourth as well to help seal the deal for the Braves. 15 points tonight for Zane Burke, all threes.
Yeah.
And, you know, we made the mistake at one point of saying, you know, it's been kind of a quiet offensive night for Zane.
True, yeah.
And then he goes off for 3 threes in a row after I say that, just to prove me wrong.
I think he heard you. That's what
I think he did. So 15 points tonight for Zane Burke. Again, 5 3-pointers for him. 12 points tonight for Abe Hicks. And I'm going to say at least 8 of those points were the wide open layups, a benefactor of the double teams on Caleb first.
Yeah, being in the right spot at the right time. I mean, credit him. I mean, he knew where to go, and yeah, absolutely. He was the benefactor of that ball rotation Easy layups come in his direction.
Yeah, you still have to get there, and you still have to make the shot.
Yep.
And he did both of those tonight. So Caleb First, the big man with 10 points tonight. Seemed like a quiet night for Caleb, but like you said, he was in the middle of the offense all night long. He just didn't. He is another guy who didn't force a shot.
Yeah.
Because if he was double teamed, he found that passing lane, or he did a real quick spin move before the double team could even get there. And, you know, Concordia, I think, was searching for an answer for him all night. How do we defend him? They tried a few different things, just nothing really worked.
Yeah, I mean, the size factor with Caleb First is one thing. I mean, it's one thing to have a 6'10" individual playing on your basketball team. That's you can't teach 6'10", as they say. But it's a totally different ball game when your player is 6'10". He's got the skill level of a Caleb First. He's got the patience and the wherewithal to be able to survey the defense and what's being thrown at him and not get rattled by it. And you're absolutely right. I mean, he was more of a table setter tonight than anything else. And the scorebook, you see 10 points, and you say, maybe he kind of had a disappointing game, but he really didn't. I mean, the amount of touches that he had, the effect that he had on the basketball game tonight completely outshines the amount of points that he was able to score on the scoreboard, just with the amount of attention that the defense was paying to him.
Yeah, he really played, point post tonight for Blackhawk.
That's a good description.
Speaking of point, our point guard, Michael Pulver, he was looking for his shot a few times there tonight. Michael Pulver comes up with 10 big points. Nice to see Michael score in double figures there. And, he likes to set up the guys tonight. His guys were sagging off so much off of him that he had to look for his shot just to keep the guys honest.
Yeah.
And when he did, he hit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there were times there was 3-4 steps off him. Didn't matter who was guarding him. They were begging Michael Pulver to shoot from the outside, and he never really did. But he still forced the action by getting that head of steam built up and taking it to the rack and creating his own offense. So, yeah, good for Michael.
Yep. Senior Cooper Wild there in the fourth quarter had 2 big buckets for 4 points to round out the scoring for Blackhawk Christian. 87 points tonight for the Braves. For the Concordia Cadets, they were led in scoring by the senior Adam Gottschalk. Had a big game tonight, 17 points. They were all in the first half, but I tell you, Adam was looking for his shot early and often in that first half, and Blackhawk didn't really have an answer for him despite great defensive pressure. I mean, he was just finding his shot anyway.
Yeah, he was crafty. First half, I mean, whether it was from the inside or the outside, he was finding ways to create angles for himself or to rise up from downtown and kind of splash at home. He's really their one sharpshooter from distance the Cadets have that's able to shoot with consistency. Yeah, and he was putting on a show in the first half. Now, I was not in the locker room at halftime for the Braves, but I can only imagine that was a point of emphasis that Coach Davidson was making to his team is number 11 gets no more.
Yeah, and he didn't. He got no more in the ball game. Still a great performance there by Gottschalk, 17 points. Very unofficial scoring here tonight, but Jaron Kindig had a great game for the Cadets. We had him down for 7 points tonight. 7 points for Braden Pearson, a little bit below his average, but boy, he had to fight for every point that he got tonight.
Sure did.
With all that defensive pressure.
You're right. And again, you talk about Michael Pulver scoring in double digits, but one of his main objectives on a night-by-night basis is to set up his teammates and just to be a bulldog on the defensive side of the ball. And he was shadowing Pearson wherever he went on the floor tonight. And over time, over the course of the game, that really wears on an offensive player when they have to continuously fight for every single inch and scrap that they're coming across. And Michael really had an impact on Pearson's game tonight, I feel.
Yes, take into consideration the height disadvantage that Michael had. I mean, Pearson stands 6'2". Michael Pulver's around 5'8", I'm going to say probably. And that's with stilts. No, just kidding. Rounding out the scoring for the Cadets, Caden Motter had 2 big threes there in the fourth quarter for 6 points. Alec Barkoviak had 6 points on 2 threes in the first and third quarter. 3 points for Parnan, 3 points for Dance, and 2 points for Kamari Anderson-Drew. And that rounded out the scoring for the Cadets. 87-51, your final score. So next up for Blackhawk Christian, they go to 10-1 on the season, and they go to Homestead to face the Spartans Tuesday night at 7:30. And then they are back home here for our next broadcast, and that'll be next Saturday night as we welcome in the Bishop Lures Knights. For the Cadets, they fall to 7-3 on the season, and they go to Huntington North to face the Vikings next Tuesday night. So that's going to do it here for us. For Paul Suvar, I'm Brian Greenwald. Thanks for tuning in to The Voice here on YouTube And we hope you join us again here next Saturday night. And in fact, the next 3 Saturday nights after this, we'll be with you here. So thank you very much and have a great night.
We hope you enjoyed this high school sports broadcast on the Voice Sports Network. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
The preceding production is property of Voice Enterprises, and all rights are reserved worldwide. Thank you for listening to this production of Voice Enterprises, taking media in a new direction.